What's up, everybody? Super excited to be back. I'm back in the office. This is the first time in the office. It opened back up last Friday. So it's nice getting out of the house, which has been nothing but business and conference calls and Zoom meetings all over the place. And then you're dealing with the young kids and homeschooling and all of that. Man, it's been something, and I know we're not the only ones going through it. Everybody is. So it's been just crazy. I've got the quarantine hair thing going on, which hopefully I'll get that taken care of here in the next couple of days as well, and get that back up to par. But I wanted to share something because yesterday was our first time really getting out. And we went to lunch at a place that we used to go to all the time before all this started happening. And loved the place, loved the food, loved everything about it. But for the last 2.5 months, obviously, we've been in the house, we've been cooking, we've been ordering out, trying to support local restaurants that way. But I know a lot of businesses are opening back up here, and they're going to be opening back up. And yesterday was really eye-opening to me because we walked into this place that we had always been to. Now, the last 2.5 months, we haven't, and there's been a lot of changes. Obviously, there's a lot of new guidelines that need to be followed with face mask and making sure everything is sanitized, make sure the tables are apart, and just a lot of new normals and a lot of new things that need to be done. But thinking about the fact that this is or may be the very first time either that your customer, your patrons are getting out of the house and then coming to somewhere else into public, because it's been nothing but stress and anxiety and all of this uncertainty and this fear of what's going to happen next. And now things are kind of opening back up and you try to go back to a little bit normal, but it's definitely not normal. But from the second we walked in, the lighting was down, it was dim, it was just very quiet, there was no music, everybody was in mask, you left there, at least we did, mostly my wife, and we had a couple family members in town as well that went with us, feeling more anxious and stressed about the uncertainties of the future and what things are going to be like. And it really made me think about businesses opening back up and really taking that into consideration. Even if it's the first time just back in your place of business, how do you want them to feel that first time? Do you want them to feel that way, where they walk in and immediately they're like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? What is happening? Like this is really, really different. And it gives them just not a really good positive feeling. Or can you create ways, even though there are these new guidelines and there are these new best practices out there that's going to be this way for the foreseeable future, how can you create an experience from the very first second that they feel great to be there and there's this positive energy and they leave with a more positive mindset and more optimism about the future? And I didn't realize how important it was for these businesses, restaurants, where people go all the time, how important it is for them to help provide that to us. And it's a lot more important, I experienced yesterday, than I originally thought. So as you're opening up, as you're making those plans to open back up, just think about that, how you can create that experience. And obviously, like I said, there's a lot of new norms out there right now. But how can you make it positive? How can you make that environment so whenever they're coming in, they leave going, I'm so glad that I decided to come out today and I cannot wait to go back out. Everything felt great. It felt good to be back around people and back at our place that we used to go to all the time, as opposed to leaving there more anxious and really not feeling better about getting back out, which may delay them coming back in the future, or at least the near future. So just think about that, and hopefully this helps to paint somewhat of a picture and helps with planning as you're starting to open back up. But I definitely hope everybody's staying healthy and safe, and look forward to getting back and creating some more content and hopefully providing value any way we can. All the best.